Hello, 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 hello. We're excited for this new episode. And this new episode, we're going to be talking about this period of the year. It's that time when everything gets dark really fast. And so seasonal depression, we're talking about meeting people in this period, and we're excited for you to join us in this journey. Let's go.
What journey are they journey?
It's a journey.
Journey of seasonal depression.
It's a journey. We are in that place where it's like I'm too scared to drive because I have to leave work at 4:35 because by the time I'm driving out of work, it's already like looking really, really dark, and you're like, how much time are we even saving? Like, what's this day that is just running away from us? But
I mean, I guess the question that I am thinking, like, what exactly causes the depression? Do you get is it because it gets dark? Like,
so it's actually a very clinical. So our body does not produce vitamin D. The only way we get it is from the sun. So when there's no sunlight, our vitamin D reduces. That's what I've been told. And in a way, I think one of the ways that the person that described it to me said it was like, it's the same way plants need, I think, the sun and stuff to photosynthesize. We also need the same. So if your vitamin D levels are low, that could also affect like other things, like your other hormones. And
so it's hormonal things.
So it's that's why it's general. So people, I mean, I am taking vitamin D, the one that's not from the sun, obviously, so you can, just so you can balance out this thing.
Yeah, I guess what I wanted to like comment about was when you said the only way to get vitamin D is through this, and I was going to say
like the only natural, like our body does not produce it. Plants. I think plants produce their own. I don't know. I think some other animals maybe find a way to produce their own.
I feel you.
But we can use this tablets, I guess.
Yeah, I was planning on getting one of those like supplements very soon.
I don't really do supplements.
Why? Yeah, he's like he doesn't want to augment his body.
Yeah. So I have a controversy on these things, and it's
this is not for your body, though.
Let him.
Let me land.
Oh, okay.
All these stories,
and this started from something. This is not even conspiracy. This started from something that Michael had told me in
the person that gave you conspiracy theory has moved out of the conspiracy theory. Can you see the problem of sharing bad info at some point in time? Because you don't know the people that are running with your bad info.
It was great info by the time, but go ahead, please.
Disappointed me. But
go the fuck ahead, man.
It is. So what had happened was I was in that phase of my life, where I was walking back to back.
Yeah.
And one of those nights, I wanted to get a Monster drink. And I got the Monster drink. And then Michael came to me and he was like, the way Michael comes when he's worried about you, and he's like, Sam, like, come, we need to talk. And I was like, what's up? He's like, Sam, if you ever get to the point where you are, Samuel calls me Samuel, not Sam. I was like, if you ever get to the point where you are having to add things to your body to make it function well,
okay,
then you probably need to check it. Like, you probably need to check something about your...
Yeah, but that's totally not...
I think let me be the outside judge. Let me be the outside judge.
No, let me clarify what I said now.
No, I'll clarify for you. I'll clarify for you, but Samuel Cook finished.
Okay, let me finish.
You see what I'm holding? Don't see what I'm holding to like flog you.
Please, smack it. Anyway,
you need to let me clarify. Samuel, go ahead.
He said that, and that actually got me thinking, because I was at the point where I was really working hard. Like, I was really working hard, and I was probably working in an unhealthy way. And I was trying to just make sure I kept going. And there were examples of people that were relying on these things to do the work they needed to do. And obviously I saw it, but that was a case in point for me. And so Mikey had said that, and it was about caffeine and coffee and stuff, right? That was the context he was saying anything. But since then, it has kind of helped me think, and it's kind of guides me in the sense of, I'm like,
that's why
I said it started from something you said, right? Okay. And then I expanded it to the point where then I started like talking to people, or like reading the news, and then I started seeing that in the world out there is not really nice towards your body. The world out there is really sponsored by capitalism, right? And so capitalists will do anything they can to make money, and you think about brands where some of the foods they are making or they are selling is like it's banned in other countries. Like that's like you're feeding millions of people with food, and other countries are like, don't bring this here, And we didn't have that struggle because most of the time in Nigeria, we were basically eating from farm to plate. Like it was, you go to the market, you get something that was natural, and you cook it yourself, and then you eat it. Like, but now that I'm here, my pessimism, or I don't know, no, that's not the word. My
your conspiracy theory.
No, that's not the word. Anyway, I have more. I have a heightened sense of distrust towards certain things. So when I see them being marketed or they're like selling it and things like that, and I know that there's a chance for dependence, I stay away. So and then also for things I don't understand, I stay away. So supplements in this case, I'm like, you see people that take supplements a lot and they have like packs of supplements and they're just taking everything. I'm like, I can't deal with this. So that's how I got to the point I am right now, where I'm like,
where you can't take vitamin D.
So I guess the first thing that I'm going to say is that if you're watching, so yes, what I'm going to say is that if you're watching this, before we even move forward, let us know what you think about supplements and what Samuel is saying, because we want to know how many people are lost in this world.
No.
Let's the conspiracy theories. We listen, we don't judge, Abby. We listen, we don't judge. Let the conspiracy theory start. The conspiracy theory. Oh yeah, defend yourself.
So I think I want to clarify that. First of all, I stand by what I said, which you actually
wow.
I've expanded that. So it's true. I'm always like conscious of the fact that you watch these movies where there are these guys working on Wall Street and they are just highly dependent on meds to stay up 20 hours a day or whatever. And you're not right. You're not wrong. You get the job done. You stay up and everything. You watch Industry now. This guy that just died on, I think, episode 1 or something. That's what I'm speaking against when I say when you need to depend on something. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. There are nights when you will need to take Red Bull or maybe Monster, but it can't be like 3 times a week. In my own opinion, do you get it? Where you're constantly taking this thing. It could be that you guys are working on a project, the deadline is tight. You know that if you can just stay up till 3 a.m., get it done, tomorrow the way you will crash, but you just need to stay up now and then you're done. It's not like it's an everyday thing. You were working terrible hours then, I remember clearly, in that your place, so you were sleeping in the office on the floor. In Israel, you remember at Morimeol. So that was what, it was during that particular context that I had to let you know that as good as it is to want to stay up and everything, if you're taking Monster every other night, the problem with it is that your body is going to get adapted to it. You need more of it. So if one Monster could keep you up for you, now need 2 Monsters to keep you up and everything. So that was my concern, which I still stand by. So
let the judge. Let the judge speak. Land and then I will judge.
Exactly. It's different with vitamin D because it's somebody getting addicted to this. I don't even feel it. The only time I feel it is when I'm not taking it and I'm like, maybe that's why I'm feeling a bit low today. Because there's no sunlight, I've not gone out. Let me just take the vitamin D. And I'm not taking it in the past 3 days now because the sun has been out a lot. So I've been going out. So this is something that even medical advice, you see it out there. People ask on literally Google me, have you gotten your vitamin D? Because it's winter already. Do you get it? I ain't nobody telling you to be taking, have you gotten your Red Bull? Because of this thing. So that's the difference. But the judge should please judge.
Before the judge has a rebutter.
Before the judge, see, first of all, right, you're still saying kind of what I'm saying, right? You're not actually. Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
But you are using.
It's good to know that you guys are on opposing side.
Yeah. So you're using vitamin D and you're taking the vitamin D. So technically, it has gone through a chemical process. You don't know what's added to it, right? Now this is my
so let me say that Samuel is opposed
leaving the conversation
chemically altering your system through a substance, right? Is what Samuel is saying, like chemically altering your system.
That's what I meant when I said that
a substance,
any substance at all. But you take meds,
let him cook.
Anyway,
let him cook. Finish.
So now. It's different if you are getting this. For me, it's different if you are getting these things from natural sources. You're getting it from and I say this with a couple of like contexts that I've seen that I can't really dig into right now. But like you're taking it into something that didn't go through, like it wasn't just an all natural process. It wasn't like it's herbs or like it's not that. They're not like natural elements. They are natural elements mixed with other chemical stuff that were I don't know.
That
like
you don't know about, right?
You don't know about. You don't know what the process was about. So you can't. You're taking it and you are shaking it in a bottle. It's packaged. It's supposed to be something that comes naturally from the sun, but you are shaking it in a bottle. Like it's not like you've contained vitamin D. It's someone made something and said, "This is vitamin D for you." And again, the things people do for money, I don't really know how far I can go to trust these things. So that's if you're getting it from vegetables or like veggies or fruits or something. Now this will be a different conversation, and even that still has its own disclaimer to it. But
can you see all the loopholes in everything you just said now, Samuel? Let me start listening in case you don't see.
But it's just to clarify, Israel. It's tablets, Samuel. It's not like a bottle.
It still doesn't matter. It has gone through a chemical process. It still doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't matter to Samuel. Okay, go ahead.
So what did you eat yesterday night?
Can you read what is in it? Can you read what the ingredients?
Okay.
We know it's chemical process. You probably don't know the ingredients inside, but list it.
Thank you,
Michael.
I should still list it.
Yeah. Just give us the first two.
I'm actually trying not to see it because it's so the font.
You see, they're even blocking it from you. You see, they are killing you small. You don't even know.
The font is so small. My eyes are bad.
You see, it's intentional. It's intentional marketing.
It's intentional.
They're trying to kill you small, so that you don't know what is inside.
Israel.
So first thing is that do you take medications when you are sick?
Me?
Yeah. It's a yes or no. There's no.
No.
Oh, you don't take medications?
I'm actually good.
Okay. I mean, we know we can go and we might put a receipt of messages of when he's taking medication, but you said
you've never taken.
No. Okay, wait.
Not never. I mean a continuous thing. Do you take medications when you fall sick?
I don't.
So you just recover.
It takes
you don't take cough syrup. You don't take anything. Nothing.
That's a really good question. 1 second. I do, right? But it's not first of all, it's not the first option thingy. And this is a really bad thing. I don't know where it came from. It just started like back home in Nigeria, but I'm not really drawn. I think I've been traumatized with taking medications. So I don't take them. Like I don't stop, Mikey. Fix your face. I don't take medications like immediately it's happening. Things get worse, and then they're like, "Oh, why have you taken any medication?" I'm like, "Oh no!" Like it's not the first thing I think about. So, and it's ironic because my mom is a nurse, but yeah. So that's it. I will, but not necessarily.
So you do take medications. Sometimes. It's not going to be your first instinct, but summarily you take.
But you end up there.
But you end up there. Okay, that's good. So that's not a worry. Also, what did you eat yesterday?
That's a good question. Yesterday I had jollof rice and fried rice, and I had goat meat with like stew that was made from.
Okay, what are the things you added to the jollof rice?
So you are a player, first of all. But,
all right, I'm just asking questions. Like I'm trying to cross-examine.
The jollof rice had shrimp in it, and it had it had veggies in it.
Spices. Let's go to spices.
So spices. Let's go to spices. It had pepper in it, obviously.
Just list what we want to know.
I know where you are going. But me, I'm taking these spices, whatever they are added, right? Minus whatever vitamin D Michael is getting, right? Yeah. Michael is taking
I'm trying to let you know that
vitamin D.
So the base of your argument. So what I'm trying to tell you is that all these companies, whether they are producing spices or they are producing vitamin D, number one is their goal is to make money. right? So you can't say because, capitalism, so blah, blah, blah. Like everything you are using is capitalism. It's a product of capitalism. You don't know whether the shirt you're wearing wasn't like there are shirts that people wear and then some chemicals seep from mixed with their sweat, and then you have skin rashes or whatever you have, right? So the fact that something is produced as is a product of capitalism does not mean that, obviously they maximize for profit, but it doesn't mean that they are not
also profit and creating a great product are not against each other. In fact, they work together because companies know that if they can create an amazing product, people not only maybe are addicted to, but it's actually also working. And they are more likely to make
ramifications for some of these things. I know for things like supplements. Let me land. I know for things like supplements, there are not a lot of legal oversight.
Regulations.
But if you make a great product, people are good. But I'm just your two arguments. So two things that let me be my question. Two things that I got from my argument. Two things that I got from argument is that because the product of capitalism, and also because you don't understand the chemical process that is going on inside of it, right? And I'm also saying that some of the things,
other products,
the clothes you're wearing, some other product that you use, that lip gloss that you are using, God, I beg, thank you, Jesus. That thing you're putting on your lips, which are still going to lips, which are going to ingest, by the way. No.
This is even worse. It doesn't have a...
They didn't even put ingredients inside, so you don't even know what you are ingesting. You don't even know the ingredient, but you're taking it, right? So I think not understanding the process of a thing does not make the thing bad, right? If you are so curious, and it's also that you can't be investigating, understanding. Do you know why we have people that believe in flat earth? Is because they're like, nobody has gone outside to see, like they have personally not gone to see that the earth is not round or something like that. It's like, okay.
It's also like Israel, right? So the thing is, the way society works is that you have to extend trust. So for example, I don't necessarily have to trust the people that created this thing. But sometimes I'm trusting the store that is selling it.
I mean, it's daily extending trust.
You have to.
You are sitting on a chair and you trust that the person that designed the chair did it very well. You are driving a car and you are trusting that the person that is riding.
If you're in Lagos now, hold on, Samuel. If you're in Nigeria now, you can probably be scared that maybe this Vaseline now, it will be Vas like Z. Vaseline. Can be maybe Vaseline or something. You have to be checking even as you're entering the store because those stores too cannot be trusted. But if you're in a country that fairly works, you can extend trust. You can say that, okay, first of all, you're trusting the country. Second of all, you're trusting that this store that you've been going to will not stock this temporary. It's not, exceptions happen.
Exceptions happen, but you can't live your life. You can't live your life on exceptions. Do you get? You can't keep thinking everything is going to go wrong, right? You can't think everything is going to go wrong.
See, so American, but
it's becoming a part of America.
It's actually not. I think that there is a level of trust. Like you think about certain things. Like when I think about it, there are so many connections that my head make, and you guys know because we have conversation, and then I say something, and you're like, oh no, like there's something else you are saying that you're not saying, you know. And so I have connections that I make when we have these conversations, and it comes from things like But like my thing when I think about all of this is that so many things are coming together, so many points are coming together. And while you are saying extend trust, right? I'm saying that this trust you are asking is from a system, and this is conspiracy theory, but it's a system.
Thank God we all arrived at that point.
I know it is. I'm not saying this from a statement of fact of I have on my back, on my facts book. Like I'm just gone too far. You've gone too far to come back.
No. Like when you think about like what you said, it's not regulated. Why isn't it regulated? It's a 1 point. I think it's a 1 point. It's I've forgotten the number because I heard the number recently, but it's really skyrocketed. It's called the wellness industry, right? It's skyrocketed. These things are making money, and you anyway, you go through online, people you see people say things like, oh, this product doesn't do anything. This product does, like, you are seeing the pros and the cons and the negatives and the positive of the same product in the same breath. So you're like, what do I trust, right? And so you are saying, okay, extend the trust. To who? To what? You know, it could be the statement to not trust a product might be coming from an influencer that has given me an advice that works in the past, you know, and could also be coming from a pharmaceutical that has the money to push for a product. You know, like in the end, it's still like you're not sure what you are saying, but you have to just trust what you are saying.
No, I get your point, Simon. I get your point, Simon. But I'm also saying that you obviously, like Michael said, there are edge cases to everything in life. And obviously, I read news every day about fitness supplements not doing all these things and not doing all these things and not doing all these things, right? But it's also that you are daily living your life trusting different products, right? And it's also just that why are you not where does your trust end is the question. Like, why does it end when it comes to supplements?
When it comes to fitness and supplement.
When it comes to fitness and supplement, right? And it's also, and if you're ever in doubt, I don't think the solution is to not take them. I think maybe the solution is to try to then do more research into the particular company that you're trying to buy, or you check trusted names, right? Imagine that you go to a store to get like something, right? You'll probably rather get maybe Coca-Cola than a no-name brand that you've never seen. Like, you don't know what it is. Not necessarily because those people are probably not trustworthy, but because in some sense, Coca-Cola has built a trust of producing some kind of product. But it's also like Coca-Cola has its own problem too, right? You probably see news about, but you're already shaking your face. But it's also like you can't continue.
No, because
you know what is real? Someone believes that there's cocaine in Coca-Cola.
Country.
Someone believes that there's cocaine in
Coca-Cola. Don't put wrong information. It's just that when there's no consistency in the products that is being fed across different regions.
Yeah, there's not supposed to be consistency there. As talking from a product and marketing perspective, Samuel, a lot of research goes into, for example, let's look at it this way. If I'm trying to create a snack now, the name of the snack is Cola Snack or something, and I notice that people in the northern Nigeria, they eat donkwa, and people in the southern Nigeria, they eat akara. If I want to spice that my snack, I won't spice it with akara spice for people that are in the north. I'll spice it with donkwa spice, even if it's just 0.1%, so that when they are eating it, it tastes familiar. And then when I'm doing it for the south, so when you, for example, you leave Nigeria, you go to China, I expect our noodles to be the same thing as our noodles. It's not supposed to be.
It's also that if you go to, when I went to Japan, if you go to like the McDonald's in Japan, doesn't taste the same way as the McDonald's in the US or in Canada. Like even Canada and US don't have, because they have different beef and different things that they put in. So you don't expect it to taste the same way. And I'm also which is why I'm also going to say that if you ever go to eat at restaurants that you don't know what they are cooking, like you just go to eat at other countries' restaurants, do you ask them that, I need to see everything that you guys have done? Like, how did you make ramen? Is ramen even a naturally occurring meal? Like, it has gone through chemical process that you have no idea what that is about, right?
What's naturally occurring in ramen?
What you are saying in essence is you've got to extend some trust at some point to these people, because there are so many other
you're already extending trust. It's also just that you can't live your life trying to understand everything. You would not just live a good life. Imagine that you want to enter a train, and before you enter, you're like, how does a train work? Is it going to crash? Like, or how does a seat work? What's the physics behind a plane working? Like, you will just be living a frustrated life.
I'm not that crazy, but I see.
But you see my point, right? It's like Michael, you're already on that path of like saying, you go to a store and you're like, sometimes I just go to like another country's restaurant, or like I just randomly pick. I can't even speak the language. I don't like just give it, because it's like, where do I want to start? I start searching, how do you prepare ramen? It's not like I'm gonna go home and go prepare ramen. Do you get?
Also, how many do you want to learn how to prepare? Like, it's also like, you have to also, that's why, for example, and part of not extending trust, for example, is maybe when you go to some places, for example, and you can't buy food there. For example, there's a place in Lagos that I can't buy food there. Because you already see maybe the way they are preparing it, this area is not. But if you go to a place like Ikoyi now, you'll probably be able to enter any restaurant in Ikoyi and buy food. Not because every one of them is great, but you're extending the general Ikoyi trust to the restaurants that are there, because this place is high class, then people that are cooking here should be cooking with sense and everything. But if you go to maybe where now? Maybe all these Alagbado Olakuko or something, like, you have to look around for maybe Chicken Republic or Yeah, or you go to Uganda now. You have to look for maybe Chicken Republic, or maybe you won't just pick My Delight food or something, something that you never heard of their name before. Because there's literally no trust to extend. Like I don't know you from anywhere. I don't even trust the society, neighborhood I'm in and everything. But yeah, you should. I don't know how you're surviving in the winter, but
I guess you really should try vitamin D. The summary of what I'm.
I think that's the summary that you guys are going for. But also, you're like, you're already extending the trust to other brands.
That is to counter your other arguments before.
I don't really think it's countered, but I see your point. But aside vitamin D,
let's circle back to now get to what I said earlier. So you can not crucify me now. So you can let me go now, Israel. Now, do you agree that I'm not the one that put in this man?
No, but you set him on the track. You set him on the path.
I set him on the path. It did make me think about and I think this is what I ingest, what I eat, right? Mm-hmm. I would say that I am an hypocrite in the sense I'm not thinking about what it does, like how it touches other parts of my life, but I think about it from a point of what I actually ingest to change my body's performance. So that's where the disclaimer is coming from. So to change my body's performance, to make my body maybe function stronger, to look buff, like now that's where it begins to look like a gray area for me. I do not care about ramen because I will eat it, and because I know I'm just.
Also, speaking of supplements, right, Samuel, you are in a good place to talk about not taking supplements, because of course you're not taking supplements. Someone like Israel knows what my family looks like. We are all thin in my family, like extremely thin, and it's just obviously genetics. Like even my sister, I mean, you see my sister, you can't picture her. Maybe she has a daughter or something. Do you get it? So if I want to maybe gain weight or something, I'm going to be deceiving myself if I'm following your conspiracy theory, because the likelihood that I'm going to be able to eat the level of protein I need to eat from natural food, and at the same time, because first of all, I eat a lot. You guys know I eat a lot, but then I also metabolize like really fast. So it's like in and out, -1 + 1 is 0. So if you can be in a position to be saying you don't trust supplements, because how would you? I mean, look at you right there, with the chest and everything. Like, exactly. Why would you trust supplements?
I mean, aside vitamin D, because we spend so much time debating someone else's money and vitamin D. What other things? It's getting to that time, and I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of scared, right? Because this time, I know Israel, you came into the country like around this time last year, and it's
I came during summer.
It came into
I know that a couple of months in, it was winding down into that, and we maybe might have had the conversation around moods and stuff during that period. But I'm just like, Michael is now in, and he came in like right close into that. Are there ways that you guys do like you, Israel? I don't know, Michael, you have a thoughts on this one. But is there a way you deal with this kind of thing? Because I don't know if you took vitamin D last year. Did you take vitamin D last year?
No, I did not actually.
Okay. So how did you do it that you still did not without the vitamin D?
I think it was were you with the lady at the time?
No, I wasn't with the lady. I wasn't with any lady at the time.
Okay.
No,
just to clarify.
I wasn't with any lady. So it wasn't lady that was keeping me. But I think I would say that I was... I try to go out. It's more one thing that I try to do, right? Even when it's dark, you try to go out, because just being outside and talking to people and just expending that energy, like just laughing with people also helps to like improve your mood, right? Which is also why I think things have like seasonal depression has compounded in this part of the world, because it's like there's all the weather part of thing, but even when it's summer, people also get depressed because nobody talks to anybody, right? So I think one thing that I try to do, right, is try to go out, right? Make sure that I'm not just stuck at home and I'm just like sleeping, wallowing in my own sorrows and all those kind of things. Like it can even be something as taking a walk, like it lightens your mood. You can be like going to the mall that is close to my apartment and just sitting and just looking at people, right? Just people are beautiful and just looking at beautiful people and just at least, people are beautiful. You see beautiful people and just like admiring things that you see. I think sometimes also just improves your mood. Like usually I do that going out. Sometimes I go to random restaurants and do all those kinds. For example, I think I told you guys that I'm going to go to like today, just try to go to random places, cafes, and try out some of them.
You're going to church.
I'm going to church. It's after church, right? So I think I try to do things like that, which is also very helpful. But also what I try to do is that I go early to work, right? I go by 8 a.m. and then I come back, like I leave by 4 p.m., right? So in some sense, there's still a little bit of light outside, right? So I'm not feeling like, I just use 9 hours in my day and that is all done. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I still try to follow a similar routine like I do during summer and when it's all bright out. Like after work, I go straight to the gym. After gym, I come to cook dinner. Then I start chatting with people or watch movies or do all those kind of things. And if I have to meet someone later, say there's a date, which there's nothing for the rest of this year. Like if there's something like that, but I'm going to try to like go watch movies and also just go outside, go do random event, go play badminton. And this is also the time for like indoor sport, right? So you do like badminton, indoor sport, like indoor volleyball, just hang around people is what I try to do. Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. That's really valid. Michael, do you have anything to say that is not vitamin D?
Or what are your plans? What are your plans? What are your plans not to get depressed? Actually?
So that's the thing. I don't know because the way people describe the depression sometimes it feels like my natural state. Like the way people talk.
I think that's also one thing. I think that's also one thing because it's like sometimes my natural state is just like not like depressed, but it's like low. And I'm just like
people are like, oh, you feel like everything is just quiet, everything is just nobody's. I'm like
everything is quiet.
So yeah, I think for me, but what I've been doing is that I take walks every day now. So that is still not changing. So I'm just going to, but unlike what Israel says, which is actually one of the benefits of living in like a city, where I live is not really a city. So I can take a walk for 30 minutes and not see anybody. That's how, that's how terrible it is here. So so there's no anything, but I'm still going to be taking my walks. That's regular. And my housemates are African. So we talk. That's another, because I'm not living, I don't think Israel has housemates. I think you have maybe building mates. So, yeah, so maybe, I get to talk every day, whether I want to talk or not, or I get to listen to people talking. So there's also that. But generally, I also have maybe a few, I feel like I'll probably be out this December, for example. I'll probably be out every other weekend. Or maybe, actually, I mean, at least I know of 2 weekends I'll be out now. I'll be out on the 12th, the weekend of the 12th. And then I told you guys I was going to a Christmas carol next week. And I'll be out again on Christmas Day or something. So it's like, but during the week, I don't really feel that, I've not felt it yet. Maybe it has not yet started. Because my days during the week are usually very straight up. I wake up late. I resume work the moment I wake up. And then I drag the day into like the morning. So I finish work around maybe 6. I maybe go and get dinner 7. I take a walk from like that 8 p.m. I walk in the night a lot. Then I come back and then I do other things like maybe writing, reading, posting on social media. So by the time I just sleep again, so it's like on repeat. But I hope I don't feel the depression. If I do, I'll let you guys know.
But I think for the most part is that you want to make sure that you still keep your routine, you still keep your schedule, right? Because what I was saying is that when it gets dark, right, you already have it at the back of your mind that, it's the end of the day. Right? Like if it's dark by 4, you're like, it's the end of the day. I need to go sleep now. Right? And too much of sleep is also what like contributes to the part of the depression. But even in darkness, in lightness, in whatever, you still try to maintain that same routine and schedule that you have. I think it helps along the way.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. I'm just going
there was some. Finish what you wanted to say. I wanted to dig into something.
I'm just like, I usually use like this period to lock in the gym.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Like because it's dark, everyone is good, so you don't get to see what I'm carrying until like when it's summer. Like summer body, like, this is the time for the summer body. Yes, it's time to build summer body. You can't start building summer body like 1 month to summer, which is something that is weirdly popular. Like I don't know, but so that's usually my own coping mechanism. In my previous job, I by default had to meet people every day. Now it's different. So this is kind of strange for me too. Like I'm trying to navigate that balance of meeting people. I've been going to meet people at the gym, right? Girls, guys, go, which is very crazy. But I do it with like one leg in, one leg out. Like we look around for camera or run away before anyone says.
before you see yourself on Joey Swo's channels, like.
Yeah, and I don't interrupt mid workouts, both sides, except I need a sport or something. But I've been trying to engage more people at the gym. That's one place I go outside of work that makes sense. I don't know if I would be going out like nightlife because it's cold and I hate the cold. I absolutely hate anything that's really cold. So
I mean, just immediately you get into the clubs or something, it's all out there. Everybody's sweating like a goat.
It doesn't.
That's why you have
cold, but it's like it's only cold in like when you are out of a place going to another place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like it's not cold on the train, for example. It's not cold.
It's cold in the train, bro.
It's cold in the train.
They don't have trains that have heaters.
Oh my god, it's cold in the train. The train. My first week in the US was bad because we had gone to New York and I wore like these really skinny jeans. My mom had warned me, don't wear skinny jeans. It's not. But me, I wanted to be stylish. I did not feel my leg. I did not feel my legs. At the end of everything, I was like, I'm not going back to New York. And every time I go to New York, I dress like I'm going to work.
Sorry.
I mean, we have heaters in our trains, so it's hot. Like they heat the train up, anyways.
Yeah, sometimes I even have to remove my jacket when I'm on the train.
Yeah, when you're inside the train. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have that. At least the trains I've been in don't have that. So,
but yeah, I think one thing that I was going to dig into when we're talking, not like draws back, when we're talking about the supplements thing, was that do you ever try like food from other cultures, like when you moved, like, or you just, because you don't understand the process of that one too, you don't get into that too?
I've already established why what my reservation is about it, which is anything that changes the way my body functions or tries to.
I mean, food technically changes. That's usually food.
Food is for survival for me.
Okay.
I eat food because I have to eat. Like sometimes I forget to eat, but I eat it because I have to. Like mostly, So basically, that's one part. So that's different. But if it has to enhance my body's performance, like I'm ingesting it to enhance my body performance, then I'm like, that's where, like, for example, this is a really big one. Creatine, right?
Yeah.
I don't take creatine or pre-workout, like, because I'm like, why? Like if my body cannot carry the weight of whatever workout I'm not training professionally to be doing that.
Yeah.
My body cannot undo that.
I mean, that's a more reasonable argument that there's no point.
That you're not training professionally.
But I don't want us to like go back to dwell so much about creatine or not creatine. I think it's just more or less like about like, people move to another country, and because I think probably also alluded to this in one of our previous episodes, that you don't get food from your country, right? And I know a lot of people that are like, oh, do you, like, they can't eat, there's a way we can be like racist by not, when we say some things like chinko, stuff like, oh, me, I cannot eat that, I cannot eat whatever. I cannot eat that chinko food because it's like, so like I'm eating. So I go to a Japanese restaurant and then there's like raw egg on the food and they're like, oh, ew, what are you eating? Ew. I'm like, I'm not swallowing raw egg. Like I mix it with the old food, and after the end, I don't even know what the taste of the raw egg is like, right? But it all adds together and makes the food look all right. So
I raw egg.
Do you get it? Oh, Jesus. You are not trying creatine. I don't know what your problem is at this point.
But like, raw egg is like, the thing about raw egg is that
this one doesn't even eat boiled egg. Not to talk
about I also clocked that because I was talking last time I was speaking with a doctor in Nigeria. I also clocked that that's probably part of the reason why I don't have I don't get a lot of protein because egg is a major source of protein.
But you eat fried egg.
It's fried. That's also like, how often do you eat fried egg? Raw egg is something that boiled egg, people can eat boiled egg every day.
Yeah.
Like with rice, with this, with this thing, like, but I don't. But anyway, let's leave that aside.
But yeah, when you moved, how have you tried, let's start from Michael, like, have you tried food from other cultures or other countries, like other cuisine? What do you think about it? Or like, are you explorative in that part, or you're just like Nigerian way or the highway? I have to say that in every episode.
I feel like
my way or the highway.
Every other way that we take is the highway, to be honest. But the question is that I'm also willing to take the highway. That's just the honest truth. I've also accepted my fate that I'll probably never be able to enjoy Nigerian food again until I go home. Even if you go to a Nigerian restaurant or whatever, it's just not the same, right? So that ship has sailed for me. So every other food now is the highway. That's just it. British. I see that. Apparently, you probably wonder what is British food because like what is English food?
I mean, it's probably even better than the Americans. Anyways, Americans don't have.
First of all, no American slander would be appreciated on this conversation. No American slander. I don't know what food. I'm not a big American food. I mean, it's mashed potatoes. It's part of it, burgers.
See, you even already started bashing them.
It's again, no slander will be appreciated. I think it's great for those that I don't know. It just has to have spice for me. But anyway, I do a lot of other countries' food. I am always trying to find. I have eaten food from Malaysia. I've eaten food from India. I've eaten food from.
I really don't care as long as the food is edible and it looks sane. I remember the last time I was at the visa center when I was trying to get my.
Sane is relative.
That's what I was going to say. That I don't care about sin anyways. I eat anything and everything.
No, I think for me, for example, if I think also there's a visual appeal that has to happen for me because
close my eyes.
If I see something that reminds me of something else that is not.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I feel
I'm always like, that was just in my mouth.
This is a meal you probably would not want to eat, right?
But imagine they packaged it. I would not know. What did you say, Samuel?
It's called balut. It's a Filipino food. BALUT. It's a Filipino food. It's like a street snack-ish.
Fertilized developing embryo that is boiled, steamed, and eaten from the shell. Good for you. It looks like
anything with Samuel.
I've not eaten it, no. But I'm intrigued. But at the same time, I'm like, ew. But I'm intrigued.
A lot of things are intriguing you.
Is this not a living chicken inside?
No, it's
an embryo, like it's almost living. Like it's like you have a chicken that has not hatched, so they kill it. It's like they abort the baby.
The first question I see here is that is Balu Aram or Alal? Which is the valid question to ask?
No, I don't think this is halal. I don't think this is halal because I don't think it's
Aram, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think it's halal.
But yeah, I think for me is that because also anything that goes inside of me doesn't come out again. I don't vomit. Yeah, it's like I don't.
God, we need to start saying pause on this podcast.
Yeah. Like I don't vomit is what I mean. Like if I eat something, I'm not going to like vomit, no matter how bad it tastes, right? I have like a good gag reflex.
I don't vomit, but at the same time. There's a video I'm watching of the Balu, and why did you even suggest
Respect.
They drink it. Apparently, they drink it, Israel.
Yeah, it's like you slop it. It's like you slop it. Do you get? It's like what's this thing that is inside the shell?
Let's just move on.
What's this inside the shell that you stop?
Oyster.
Oysters, exactly. Okay. Like oysters. Like
I would take that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you slop oysters. You can close your eyes and just slop this on.
Anyways. It's what it is.
You have to close your eyes.
It's what it is. But like this is a quick one before we go, right?
All right.
We're talking about delicacies and food, right? Mm-hmm. And you said, Michael, that you might not be able to replicate these experiences, like the food experience as it would be in Nigeria.
Yeah.
It then brings me to the question or this thought. The reason why this food tastes the way they taste is because of the recipes. Do you have any recipe that your mom or your...
So to be even clear, right? Even the recipe I'm saying I will not be able to replicate. It's not even like a family recipe. It's the recipe of Mommy Shadi on the streets. Do you get it? Yeah. Let me give you an example.
But do you think Mommy Shadi has a recipe?
She definitely does. That's why.
But it's a mental recipe. It's not like they wrote it down.
It's not just mental. It's also like it's the way there's oral tradition and there's written tradition. Some of it is not written. So let me give you an example. You can go. There's a woman, Israeli that sells amala around that Sabo side. Opposite the Kara.
Yeah.
The amala is the same thing. January, February, March, it's the same. If I go there now, it's the same amala that I will taste. And sometimes the woman has a help that is helping her do this thing. I'm sure she's not doing, like, she's not the one doing all the amala every single day of her life.
The
amala tastes the same because it is there. That's enough. That's not too much. So it's like the recipe is there. It's just that it is passed down from one person to another. It's still the archaic traditional way that we pass down culture, for example, that we're still doing over there. So it's the same way, the way my mom and my sister probably cook rice is probably the same thing. Unless, probably has changed now that maybe some people have traveled out and everything.
And it's also like the way you cook rice is going to be different from the way I cook rice because it's something that I picked from my own mom.
Exactly.
And
so,
it's a different
you can't even describe, even if you describe it and you say, oh, this percentage, I will probably still end up doing it the way, because it's like, it's a reflex. I'll probably end up doing it the way I'm used to doing it. With other things that are newer, I can pick up a recipe. Maybe I'm trying to learn, maybe, for example, now the way I cook stir fry, spaghetti or pasta is the way Daniel cooks it. Because I learned. So that recipe is Daniel's recipe that I'm now using. Did you get it? So, yeah, but that's it, Samuel. I don't know.
Yeah, because in the US, it's a big deal. Like, they're like, oh, that's my grandma's recipe. Or like they write it down.
Recipes,
And my own, I'm like if my mom is putting salt in food, she stops when the spirit says stop. Like
I also do that too, but I know what I'm doing.
Like it's not like you read, but you know what is too like. It just comes like. It's not like anybody has, and I think for your own sake, like more like for your own daily living, you don't need to write it down to pass it along because it's probably already natural. But you want to like say, oh, want a family recipe, then that's when you start measuring. I'm like, oh, what am I exactly even doing? Or you even do it, and then somebody external is going to watch you as you do it. Because sometimes if you have been careful of like, oh, this is how much, then you lose your own, because there's some things you do that you just don't know that you're doing it, right? So you do it and then somebody externally is going to like watch you do it. I'm like, oh, they actually added this amount of salt to this amount of rice, right? They measured this up because now I don't even use measuring cups to measure rice. Like I don't even put it in my hand. I basically just pour it like this and it's sufficient.
And I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing.
Amount of water. Yeah. It's also like, if you also want to pass it down to your kids or whatever, when they see you do it, they pick it up as well. If you now want to, maybe somebody's like, oh, what's your mom's rice recipe? I can write my recipe for you. Do you get it? But it's also like, it won't be accurate because I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know how many, maybe it's teaspoon or tablespoon of curry that I put there. I just know that when I put it there, it's perfect for my mouth.
That's good.
So,
it's been an exciting conversation today, from lecturing me on my conspiracy theory and trying to convince me that I'm thinking wrongly, but that's beside the point. I know I have my people. Let me know what you think. Like, let us know. Is this really something you think about?
Your people need, you need to take it back to the story.
We listen.
We judge.
We judge.
Wow. Okay. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you've listened to this end, that means you have basically followed us through a journey of up and down. And we're grateful. We're really grateful. And there's more to come. Just hit the subscribe button. Follow and like. Follow us on Instagram at the.tripod guys. I think that's what it is. And
it will be exactly. It will be in the caption.
Like you said. But see you guys next week. Have a great week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.